Just want to grab a card from the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle deck today. So I'm really feeling this strong energy. One just did come out, but I'm feeling a second energy. I'm feeling this energy of the last month of fall here being a space to really close out old cycles. And I'm doing a sound bath on December 12th in which we're going to focus on that. It's quite a few, so we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna actually read through them and maybe make this a longer one that I pop part on Insta and the rest on YouTube. So this first one out is attachment. So this is looking like a space where in this next month, it's about releasing attachments to old energies and to things that are dead, done, and over with. If this stuff is not present in your life, if it is not serving your forward movement, if it is not aligned with the person you have become or are becoming, this is the invitation that when we let go of that, then we can have new things that grow from the energy of what was there before. So I like the significance of the skull with the flower because it's like the old dies, but new is always brought in. And in nature, so much of the dead things, the dying things, they're actually providing food for the new things to come. Now, to me, I'm seeing a couple things. So I'm going to read these in the order that I'm feeling that flow, okay? And so the next component is shame. Now, this open energy is showing us this invitation to let go of shame, to let go of things that we have done or ways that we have showed up that maybe weren't our preference, or that maybe in hindsight we were like, why did I do that? Why did this happen? It can also be having shame for things that aren't our fault. So in the world that I work in within trauma healing, it is so common for people who have experienced trauma. So those who were, like, we can say victim just in the sense that the wounding was intentionally put towards them, or they were the one who got hurt in the situation. And sometimes people can actually hold a lot of shame, even though they were the ones who were hurt. They were the ones who were attacked or lied to or betrayed or abandoned or whatever the case may be. But there can also be this carrying of, did I do something wrong? And I just it's significant. A black butterfly just kicked up and started flying above me when I said that. So opening our wings, spreading, transforming that energy of shadow. So shame is an emotion that we do need to feel if it's there. But ideally, we want to work to let it go and to open our wings and say, you know what, I don't have to feel shame for any of the roles that I've played. But what I do need to do is get real with what it is it showing me, and what do I want to do with it in order to move forward into this beautiful abundance. And we have all of this light and this energy coming in. So it's really helping to give an invitation to change your frame around shame. Shame doesn't have to be this horrible negative thing. It can be, I feel shame in this moment. Is there anything I need to do with that shame? Or what do I want to do with that feeling so that I can actually move forward in a way that's going to be lighter and brighter? Now I'm finding this very interesting because we're now getting another card, and not all of these cards have like heavier energies, but the first three that we got do. So the next one is indecision. So some form of indecision going on in your life, and that could be because there are attachments to things, to concepts, to beliefs, to ways that we think things have to be. And when we're attached to how things need to look, how they need to work out, how we were you were trying to control something. And when we have attachments to those things, or when we have shame about maybe the life we've lived up until now, or like I said, some of the actions we did or didn't do, or things that we've had to experience. As a trauma survivor myself, there are many times that the heaviness of that trauma can come in and cause feelings of shame because it's taken time to move through that. It's a heaviness that I've had to carry. And so even within my own self, there were times before I had the education and understanding that I do, that I was carrying emotions or repressing feeling the shame, repressing talking about the traumas because they were already so difficult to begin with. But then that can just further make it difficult for us to make decisions, to trust ourselves, to trust in our intuition, to trust in the vision that we have, and not only to trust in that, but to be able to move forward, to believe that we can, and to seek whatever resources we do need in order to make that happen. So I just feel like this tiger here can be, and obviously in nature is a very decisive creature, right? But what big cats are really also known for is watching and waiting and finding the opportune time to do those things, to take those actions. And so if that's not in place right now, that might mean that is steps moving forward. So what kind of fierceness do you need to take action on? Because I'm also getting the X marks the spot, and this tiger is literally about to step on the middle of that X, which means you are so incredibly close to shifting from indecision to decisiveness. And what I sense is that it just requires releasing attachment to some people, places, things, whatever that is for you, and also emotions like shame, or looking at the shame, or addressing the shame. And then lastly, we're going to come to vision. I also love that we get butterfly energy after I had that one fly around, and had I been able to move the camera in time, I would have to show you, but I feel like that's a double confirmation that we're getting that energy of change and transformation. So the butterfly energy as a guide can come in and help you remove those attachments, help you face that shame and release it, and help you come out of that decisive energy into decisive energy, and doing so with a strong, clear vision. So one of the things I talk to people about all the time is having a clear vision of what life means to you, what's valuable to you, what you want to focus your time and intention and energy on, and being able to have that decisiveness. But we kind of need to also know like what we don't want to know what we do want, and that's often a part of that early stage in life, and is throughout our lives, right? So we'll try new things. If we like it, we keep doing it. If we don't like it, we cut it out, ideally, right? And so I also feel it's like these gateways of energy coming in from the cosmos, which in Minnesota we had some northern lights happen a chunk of days ago. So that energy is coming in to support that transformation, higher consciousness downloads, strength, courage, whatever you guys need in order to be able to do those other things, right? And so have a clear vision of what you want in order to help you. So maybe you want to say, I am really decisive and clear. I know how to let go of things that don't serve me. I know how to welcome in new things. I know how to feel my emotions with love and kindness. And if you don't have that yet, it's about creating the vision for what might that look like, what would you want that to be, and what might you need in order to do that moving forward. Now, I also feel called to just pick the deck up and look at the bottom, and we have freedom. So beautiful. Again, the high consciousness color energy coming in, this vulnerability in this feminine depicted here, and the energy of freedom to be yourself, freedom to enjoy, freedom to not be held back by heavy things, old things. I'm seeing the attachment card again. So it's like, we don't need to be holding on to the past. We don't need to be holding on to the things that are dead, done, over with. When we let them go and we allow them to be fuel for that new growth, then we get to have this freedom in which there's a whole assortment of new growth and an ocean of water and all of these other energies coming into play. So gonna leave you with that and sending so much love and support for your journey.